out if you close your eyes.
Hello everybody, my name is Winter from Prism Gaming, and this is Destiny. First off, I want to apologize for the lack of a Wednesday upload. You're going to see that happen semi-frequently. There wasn't a lot to talk about for the Bungie update, and I thought I'd go ahead and just kind of post a video on Tuesday letting you know that there was a stream tomorrow covering the patch 2.5.0.2, and I know there was no audio. I was sick. I am better now, and so I'm here talking to you, hence why I'm actually able to speak to you, but this is not going to be your normal Friday fun upload. That's going to come on Sunday, and then Wednesday we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. But I'm here to talk about the patch that goes live this Tuesday, and this is one that actually caught a lot of flack, because people are saying that there's not really a nerf to shotguns in this, and there is. It's not like a decrease in range or a decrease in damage. They didn't kill shotguns. They specifically said that they want to make it so every weapon is usable, not just one weapon. And so I'm going to go ahead and go over weapon stuff. So here's the deal. Basically, scout rifles are unchanged. High caliber rounds on every weapon except for pulse rifles has been fixed. So originally, high caliber rounds were actually giving more accuracy to some kind of weapons, such as like to the sniper. So if you hit someone with high caliber rounds on a hand cannon, it actually gave them more accuracy instead of flinching them. They were able to debug it on most of the stuff, and that's a pretty easy fix. Auto rifles, the highest impact auto rifles, that being the Suros, the Genesis Chain, and the Shadow Price, they were buffed. Their base damage was increased, and their precision damage multiplier is now times 1.35 instead of times 1.25. So that means they're going to hit a little bit harder, and they're going to be able to kill people a lot quicker. Suros will be king again. All auto rifles now have improved in-air accuracy. If you noticed after their most recent patch, you're trying to air hit people with anything other than a hand cannon, you're not going to do well if it's a primary. Shotguns is something different. But that's why they've now buffed the in-air accuracy. Now, here's where we start getting into the nerfing into the ground thing. Pulse rifles, something that a lot of people have been calling for a nerf on, have been nerfed. Specifically the highest rate of fire pulses, meaning the Clever Dragon and the Grasp of Malak, otherwise known as Cancer, because nobody likes them. Like, I use them and I feel dirty when I use them. These guys have a rate of fire nerf by 7.7%, and when you think about that, it adds up to about one more frame between bursts. You'll see it if you look at some of my videos before and post-patch. You'll be able to kind of see the difference. The high caliber rounds have been reduced in effectiveness, and base flinch has been reduced as well, meaning if you're a sniper, you'll be more likely to hit your shots on a Clever Dragon or a Grasp of Malak while it's firing at you. The magazine size of Clever Dragon and Grasp of Malak have been reduced overall, if you use braced frame on not Grasp of Malak, but a Clever Dragon, it will now take your magazine size from 30, the normal mag size, down to 18, significantly decreasing your rate of fire, and your magazine is just going to nerf these guys to the ground. I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of these anymore. Pulses, along with every other weapon besides hand cannons, they received a general in-air accuracy increase. You've seen me do jumps with pulse rifles before. I've had clips of them. It's not that hard, but it just makes it a little bit easier for people to do that. The slowest rate of fire pulses got an increase in their rate of fire, that being the Spare Chains, the Messenger, the Parthian Shot. Your general two-shot headshot, your two-burst headshot pulse rifles. And those were increased by 5%, meaning it's going to be a little bit more along the lines of your mid to high rate of fire pulses, but they're not going to suffer the same nerfs as the Clever Dragon and the Grasp of Malak and the Waltz from Future War Cult. Moving on to hand cannons, they have now significantly increased initial hand cannon accuracy. And the initial accuracy means the first bullet only. So this is back to year 1 standards, meaning that if you had a Hawk Moon in year 1, you took that first shot, it was pretty much guaranteed to be a headshot. That making it very easy, very, very easy to kill some people. And while that is ridiculously overpowered, they also fixed the final accuracy and they kind of like made it so you need to hit more shots at mid-range, and here's where the big kind of nerf comes in and what people were really upset about. They dropped their accuracy by 5%. And you're going to see, I'm going to do a play test on this, but you're going to be able to see that after this, as you back up a little bit, your damage is going to drop dramatically. Headshots will go from 70-something to about 30-something. Like, you have got to be mid to close range with these things to do enough damage. I will still be using my IS Luna because it is dirty. Really, really dirty. But it's going to affect it. They're also affecting the magnetism and aim assist, which means that you're not going to be able to like stick to a target as easy as you would have. You're going to have to actually use your right hand to aim, left hand to aim, just kind of get it down however you play the game. Their furthest effective range, hand cannons will drop a third of their damage and not half. So, I mean, it's not as bad, but like it's still not good at all. Like, it's just one of those things that you really don't want to deal with as much as you would hope to, and it's going to be a little bit obnoxious to deal with the hand cannons now, which is why people are probably going to go back to auto rifles like the Doctrine, and which is going to be obnoxious in trials, believe me. But it's just going to be weird not having the normal meta for the first couple of weeks, and I'll be sure to post a couple videos on it. The next part, and the one I'm actually really mad about, is their change to special ammo. They pretty much killed special ammo. Basically it says players still spawn with special, but now if you die with special, you lose it all. Like, that's stupid. I'm sorry, Bungie. That is stupid. Alright? Special was never a problem. Never a problem. At all. Ever. We never had a problem with special ammo. Name one time that special ammo was a problem. Now, they said supportive changes. This is not a support change. This is not a supportive change at all. Special ammo timer on crates is now reduced from 90 seconds to 60 seconds, meaning you're going to get a little bit faster, but it's still stupid. The first crate of ammo now spawns 1 minute into the match and not 3 minutes into the match. That's still stupid. Honestly, special ammo was fine. But they didn't need to touch it, they didn't need to mess with it. Special ammo was fine. Okay? They're saying that the pickup radius for a special ammo crate is now 100 meters, not 75. That shouldn't be too big of an issue. But you guys need to know this is a pocket buff for all sidearms, icebreaker, and invective. You know, the weapons that you either spawn with special or you regenerate special over time. And that means if you have an icebreaker or an invective right now at year 3 levels, Trials is going to drastically change. Meaning, like, error code snowball. Ridiculous. Like, you're gonna have a team that well, we're still waiting for confirmation on this, but from what I understand, if you wipe a team the first round and you still have special, you keep your special into that next round, and I feel like that is the stupidest thing, because I have had rounds where I have lost the first game, then gone on to sweep 5-1, and it's stupid because that won't happen. As soon as you get your special ammo lost, you immediately are put at a massively unfair disadvantage, and it's not cool. Not cool, Bungie. Just saying that. Fusion rifles are unchanged, sniper rifles are unchanged, sidearms are unchanged. Sidearms are going to be king in this new meta. You're going to see a lot of no-land sidearm. Shotguns. Now, here's where a lot of my thing comes from. I feel like they did a good job nerfing shotguns. I don't think they did enough. Aim assist and magnetism reduced when hip firing. So you may notice that when you're not zoomed in down your sights, in a shotgun, your reticle will still kind of like stick to the target regardless of what you're doing. That's called your magnetism, and I talked about that earlier. That's decreased. It's not happening anymore. You can walk past someone, your weapon's not going to auto-aim. You have to get that by zooming in. Your in-air accuracy is reduced. So you can no longer air warrior people, which is really kind of stupid. They didn't need to do that, but I guess it makes sense. There's no longer precision damage on shotguns that aren't based around precision damage. So Universal Remote and the Chaperone, they're fine. You're still going to do precision damage. Basically, aim for center mass if you're still using a shotgun. Basically, the nerf itself. The nerf, I don't know how well this works. So, they're saying that this nerf is offset by a PvE damage buff of 20%. Who's using a shotgun in PvE? Honestly, you're using a sniper. If you're not using a shotgun, it means you're really bad at the game. I'm sorry. the rangefinder perk has been specifically changed, much like they did with daggum it, shop package back in year 1, moving from year 1 to year 2. And so now, when you have that equipped, your time to take ADS is increased, offsetting the range increase. Basically, the movement and your movement nerf from TTK is removed. So you move faster with a shotgun, but it's not as sticky. You got to be accurate with it. It's not like you can just turn a corner, point it in their general direction, and they're gonna die. That doesn't happen anymore, which I'm glad doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't need to happen anymore. They're also gonna be making a couple changes to subclasses. I'm gonna be going over those soon, relatively soon, because we need the changes to subclasses badly. Because, you know, subclasses, warlock, melees, they're kind of stupid. But I'm going to go over those now. So, hunters, your throwing knives will now deal solar damage. That's a PvE buff, not a PvP buff. Hungering Blade. This was a nerf to Blade Dancer. A straight up nerf to Blade Dancer. One that Blade Dancer did not need. I am saying it now. This was another stupid call on Bungie's part. Alright? Hungering Blade no longer regens health and shields on a kill. It instead regens more health, but no shield until health is full. That is stupid. I know you're saying, well, what if I'm full health? You're not. If you're rushing someone with a Blade Dancer, chances are they're going to get you down to nothing. You're going to kill them, and your shields won't regen. You're one shot. It's kind of stupid. I feel like that was a straight up nerf to Blade Dancer. And Blade Dancer right now is the weakest super of them all. Now, it might be that in their new meta, Blade Dancer was ridiculously overpowered, and they weren't able to do anything about it. But that could have just been, I don't know, that could just be what they're doing. I can't really criticize them as much as I'd like to, but I feel like that was a straight up nerf to the Blade Dancer subclass. And I feel like it just didn't need to happen. Warlocks, for you guys, your Stormcaller melee finally is getting nerfed. Your range is reduced to be in line with other Warlock melees, meaning you will no longer map people with Palpatine Lightning. The Storm Trance duration is also reduced when the Landfall perk is active. Now, for me, I play a lot of Sweats. I don't see Landfall a lot. I see Ionic Blink all the time. I feel like that should have been fixed, like range decreased, stuff like that, because people have gotten out of Golden Gun shots because they blink through it. And that's just obnoxious. But apparently Landfall has been a problem. Some of my other players tell me like, oh, well, by the way, people use this as like a free Titan Slam on top of people and then were able to roam with their super. I don't see how that worked. I never used it, never felt like it was important. I feel like that might have been needed in some aspect of the community, but now you'll notice that once you activate Landfall, your super drains a whole lot faster. It's really obnoxious, honestly. Titans. You guys, your Juggernaut shield has finally been nerfed. Yeah, I know, you're like, wait, Juggernaut's fine. No, it's not. It is not fine. I have sniped you guys in the head with a Juggernaut shield, an insta-kill, and you still rush and shotgun me. That's obnoxious. But anyway, lower duration, meaning you're not going to have it for nearly as long, and it cannot be activated in midair, which means one of two things. A, if you start sprinting in midair, your shield will not pop up. Not going to happen anymore. It's done. You cannot Air Warrior people as a Striker Titan anymore, at least not with the Juggernaut shield. And a little bit after you jump off the ground, your shield will go away. So it's not like you can run, have your shield, and jump up on them and kill them. It will go away. It will go away. And that's honestly something that needed to happen. I feel like a lot of the subclass nerfs were just kind of pointless. I don't think it was necessary to nerf as much as they did. Especially Blade Dancer, that just didn't seem like it was a necessary nerf. Now, as far as like scories and stuff like that a lot of people were calling for, they didn't say anything. They posted in their weekly update where they say, you know, we heard you, we're still working on it, it might not work right now. They might not have anything right now. But scories, artifacts, stuff like that, that's not going to be changed. Pretty much what I just told you is what's going to be changed in this update, and I don't think they did a good job. Honestly, like, I know I'm like criticizing Bungie, like, you guys need to nerf stuff, they nerf stuff. I think they did a bad job. That's my personal opinion. I don't think that they did enough, if that makes sense. They did a good job on pulse rifles. I'm happy about the pulse rifles. I'm happy about the Stormcaller nerf. I'm happy about the fact that they attempted to nerf shotguns. I am not happy, however, with the fact that they nerfed Blade Dancer, a subclass that didn't need to be nerfed. They nerfed shotguns in a way that doesn't make a lot of sense to nerf them in that way. They should just reduce base range. You're done. Regardless, you would have had maybe a max range Matador as the highest you could possibly get, including a rangefinder perk. The Titan Jug Shield was needed. I'm happy about that. The special ammo is what I'm really, really mad about. I know I ranted for a long time before, but it didn't need to be done. Like, honestly, special ammo, you know what, screw this, post a poll in the comments down below if you think that special ammo was completely fine before this nerf, cause that is a stupid amount of nerf. A stupid amount of nerf for something that didn't even have a problem. And I know this is like the big thing. I play a lot of trials, right? And so I don't want to lose a flawless because a team wipes me first round and then we just get snowballed. And it's not fun. It happens in Overwatch, especially on maps like Oasis. You capture the first point, it snowballs into the second point. It's really obnoxious, and I don't want the same thing that's happening in Overwatch, the same thing they're trying to fix in Overwatch, to come here. And it used to be a problem in year 1 where you would lose your special upon death, and that's why Icebreaker was such a big thing. That's why I used it. I don't like to use meta weapons if I don't have to. I like using what I like to use. But back then, Icebreaker was required to win trials. It's the only reason I went flawless, because I had a full team of Icebreaker snipers, and we were able to get our special back regardless of how many rounds we lost. But now it's gonna be stupid, because it's gonna go back to that. We're gonna have the same, you're gonna hear clicking in the background. I do this when I get angry. I've got a stapler in my hand, and it's just, you know, that's never fun to hear. Basically, it's just not smart. I feel like that's the only nerf I sincerely disagree with, that it wasn't necessary. That Blade Dancer, we're done. But, as always, if you hate hearing me rant, let me know down below, because Lord knows I don't like ranting, but this needed to be ranted upon, if you get what I'm saying. But if you like this video, be sure to comment down below what you'd like to see for Sunday's upload. I have an idea, but here are your 3 choices. Protect the President, Titan Ball, and Dodgeball with Warlock Supers. You can put that down below. We're probably going to play all 3. I'll record all 3 and then upload them at different times. You can go ahead and let me know which one you want to see first. But if you enjoyed this video and you'd like more content like it, do not be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, enjoy yourselves, Guardians. I will see you next time.